Hey guys, Tony here, and back once again to do another recent vinyl editions video. Um, don't have too much to show you, but I think what I do have is pretty interesting, pretty good, and it definitely a mix, very eclectic little bunch here. So I hope everybody's well. um, Things have been good, gotta say, and been enjoying everybody's videos. I've definitely slowed down a bit in buying the vinyl. I am expecting a few things in the mail, but other than that, I've slowed down and I probably will continue to do so. So I imagine my upcoming videos would be more thread oriented or more album focused. Maybe, examining one or two albums or something I already have in my collection, or probably much smaller um, editions videos. But let's see how it goes. You know how that is. Um, it's definitely, I want to slow it down a bit and, maybe focus on some things I've wanted more. Maybe, one album that's a little bit more expensive. I don't know. But, yeah, definitely going to slow down. So, you know, gotta do it sometimes. I mean, I can't keep up the pace that I've been buying. I mean, quite a bit. So, but I got some good stuff here, and I might as well get down to showing you. But first, I wanted to show this. That's right. I finally got my new copy of Heady Nugs. This is directly from the Flaming Lips website. So from Warner Brothers. No problems with this one, I gotta say. Has all the right records, and the number on this one I think is a bit higher. I forget what the last one was. But this one is 4,479. So it's a bit higher. But, I don't really care. I haven't listened to everything yet, but I have listened to a few. I listened to The Soft Bulletin. I gotta say, what an album. I understand it's kind of different from the rest of their stuff, and it's much more, it's kind of softer. It has definitely, it obviously has, a bit more, has like an, orchestral arrangements and things like that. But I gotta say, if there's something about this band and something about, Wayne Coyne, if that's how you say it, Wayne Coyne's, his voice, his delivery, of the lyrics, that I think if it was anybody else, I think I might find the lyrics pretentious. But coming from, I sat down and really listened and followed along with the lyrics. I like to do that. And I gotta say, I didn't get that feeling, but just kind of glancing at the lyrics, and I kind of get like a, kind of like a pretentious kind of thing, but it doesn't come off at all. You get what I'm saying. Fantastic band, I gotta say. Very interesting. I wasn't that familiar with the Lips. Basically, I was familiar with really one album and a few scattered songs, and watched videos and things. But I decided I just really wanted to check them out. I mean, I know a lot of people love them. A lot of you guys love this band. I gotta say, I'm impressed, and I'm super thrilled that I bought this. The problem that I had obviously sucked, but I'm glad I followed through and ordered another copy of this. Great stuff. I still have to listen to Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots, although I do know a couple tracks off of there. And The Clouds Taste Metallic, I haven't listened to that one yet. So, still got a couple more to look forward to. I kept the shrink wrap on. I don't know. I could probably take it off, obviously, but I just like those record store day stickers for some reason, And I don't want to stick it on the box. So, but yeah, great release. Really happy to get this. Alright, so now for the newer stuff. I'll start with this. A brilliant album. Really, really good. I went to a record store with a friend of mine, and I met him there. He was actually there a few minutes before me. And when I walked in, he basically just handed me his record and was like, "You gotta get this." I do have a few albums by this guy, but I did not have this. And this was the only, I walked out of the store with just this. I didn't buy anything else. And I'm glad I did. Really, really good. Townes Van Zandt. Excuse me. His second album from 1969. Our Mother the Mountain. Brilliant, brilliant songwriting here. Um, Very dark lyrics, as usually the case with Townes Van Zandt. But yeah, great stuff. I still want to get For the Sake of the Song, his first album. But yeah, some great songs on here. Um, Be Here to Love Me, Kathleen, which is I believe is about a prostitute. She Came and She Touched Me. Our Mother the Mountain. Snake Mountain Blues, My Proud Mountains, Why Is She Acting This Way? Just a really cool album, reissued on Fat Possum Records. Again, I don't know, I still have the shrink wrap, but I've listened to this and really glad I got this. I'm glad my buddy recommended him. And here's an album that I've wanted for a long time, and it was in the stores for a while, and this was before I actually got into the band, but I remember seeing it in the racks, and but wasn't into the band, so I just kind of kept passing it over. And by the time I got really checked out the band, and now I'm a huge fan, of course it's no longer available, and finding copies for some reason seems to be difficult, or they're expensive. I searched eBay for this and found one copy of it, and I bought it. And it wasn't actually that expensive, so I'm really glad I got it when I did. And another thing I'm glad about here is that it's an official release. It's not a bootleg. I don't know if there are bootlegs of this album, but there seems to be bootlegs of this band. Just about every other album has a a colored bootleg pressing, but I have no problem with those bootlegs. But Can, Delay 1968. This is early recordings while Malcolm Mooney was still in the band, but really cool that record. Recorded in 1968 and 1969, and so I guess this is before Monster Movie, and much more of a raw sound, but brilliant. Loved it, and it kind of reminds me more of the Can. John Peel Sessions. Let's see if I can pull that out real quick. Yeah, Can Peel Sessions. This is an excellent release as well. And but yeah, this kind of just reminded me of more of a raw rock sound to it for the most part. Yeah, really great. This is on Spoon Records, and it's an import. The sleeve is very thin, and not the American release. But yeah, Spoon Records, if you can see that. Excellent stuff. Really glad to get this. And for I think I paid about $30 for it. I've seen it elsewhere for going for more, but glad to have it. An album I have not listened to yet. I haven't even opened it. I bought it the other day and I just still haven't gotten around to listen to. A lot of people have shown this, and I had to get it because I like the band, but also the packaging. I mean, I think this is probably the package of the year so far. Explosions in the Sky, Take Care, Take Care, Take Care. And I can't say anything about it, really. I know you guys have heard it and have seen the packaging, so yeah, glad to get this. By the time I went to the store when it first came out, they were sold out already. So I kind of had to wait for them to get some more in, and they did. And yeah, I just happened to be there and grabbed a copy. So, very cool. And this is on Temporary Residence Limited. And I actually have another album on that same label, another new one here. This band was recommended to me by a fellow at the record store, just kind of mentioned them in a conversation. So I decided to check them out. They're a Japanese band, Mono. I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably familiar with this band. Post-rock, or very much in the same vein, I would say, as Explosions in the Sky. But yeah, really cool. It's heavy and intense and beautiful and all of that. I mean, great and excellent packaging. This is a die cut, if you can see that. Yeah, 2 LPs, and you pull this out. Here's the inner sleeve or inner insert, but it also has, which I thought was funny, is directions for origami to make a bird of some sort. Hold on, I forget exactly. And then it comes with a paper, a piece of paper to actually do the origami with. It says for 1,000 paper cranes, so it's for a paper crane. And here's the piece of paper. So very cool packaging. I love the die cut covers like that. And yeah, excellent band. Check them out. Mono. I think this is their 3rd or 4th record from 2004. Yeah, 2004. That's the name of a track as well, 1,000 Paper Cranes. Alright, here's a couple used pickups. This was about $8. The vinyl is actually in good condition. The cover is a little bit beat, but still cool to have. Buckingham Nicks on Polydor. Now this is, you know, Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham before they joined Fleetwood Mac. This was pressed twice that I know of, and I don't know how to determine if it's a first press or a second press. I believe both pressings are on Polydor. I'm sure somebody out there knows, so let me know. Here's the back. Very cool, very poppy kind of album. Was really glad to pick this up. So yeah, let me know if there's any indications. It's on the Polydor label. There's the inner sleeve, and the record is on Polydor. Has like a textured cover, textured label on there. So yeah, let me know. Cool pickup. I saw Derek show this record in one of his more recent videos. This is actually, I don't think it was ever released on CD, and it's become like a cult thing, you know, like those Neil Young records that were never, Time Fades Away, and just never released on CD, and of course it becomes more desirable. So there's been a lot of bootleg copies floating around of this, just dubbed from the vinyl to a CD. Good to find that one. And another box set here, a used box set actually, and really cheap. I never had this, and I wanted it for a while. One store had this still sealed, and they wanted about $40 for it. But you see this everywhere. Bruce Springsteen's in the E Street Band Live 1975 to 1985. Just essential live Bruce Springsteen. Some of the greatest versions of these songs, the greatest performances of them. I mean, you got everything. I mean, I don't even know if I should even go through it. Thunder Road, Adam Raised the Cane, Spirit in the Night, 4th of July, Ashbury Park, Sandy, Growing Up, It's Hard to Be a Saint in the City. Those are like some of my favorite songs. Backstreets, Rosalita, Hungry Heart, Cadillac Ranch, Badlands, Candy's Room, Darkness on the Edge of Town, Racing in the Street. Then you got stuff from Nebraska, Johnny 99, Reason to Believe, Born in the USA, Darlington County, The Promised Land, Cover Me, I'm on Fire, Bobby Jean, Born to Run, No Surrender, 10th Avenue Freeze-Out, and Jersey Girl. That's not all the tracks, I just kind of named some. But 5 LPs in beautiful condition. The box has a little bit of wear, but it's still holding together as a box. And it has the book in beautiful condition. The lyric book, nice photos. And the 5 LPs are all perfect. I listened to about half of this so far. But yeah, $6. Couldn't beat that. I went to the store I frequent most, and somebody had just brought it in. It wasn't even priced yet. It was just in a pile by the front desk. And I said, how much you want for this? And the kid was like $6. He probably could have got a lot more for it. I think he was just kind of, I like to think maybe he was hooking me up because I'm in there so damn much. But yeah, excellent. For $6. And finally, the last thing here. This is was recommended by The Infinite Groove. And he made a video showing just this band's albums, and Earl Suave actually picked it up as well. I found this on eBay for a very reasonable price. I guess it's limited. Kind of hard to come by. Bardo Pond. I'm probably going to say this wrong. Amanita. Amanita. I don't know how you say it, but band from Philadelphia, very psychedelic, droney, just a really cool record. And this thing looks like it wasn't even played. This is from 1996 on Matador Records. And yeah, like kind of hard to come by, but this thing looks brand new, I have to say. The records look like totally unplayed. Here are the sleeves. 2 LP set. Really glad to pick this up. He said, Anthony, Infinite Groove, he said if you get anything from these albums, get this one. So I went on his recommendation and picked this up. And glad I did. I want to check out more by them. I know their stuff's kind of hard to come by. But I think they have a kind of a more recent release that I'll try and grab. But yeah, so I have to thank Anthony, the Infinite Groove, for this. Very cool. So yeah, that's what I got, guys. So yeah, leave some comments. Hopefully I'll be back pretty soon. And yeah, take care. Thanks for watching.